Check, 1, 2. What's going on, y'all? 1, 2. Dave Ski in the mix. You know what time it is. Check. Yeah. 1, 2. Welcome to another episode, another installment of 2 Detox.
Dudes talking about all kinds.
What? In the house. I was just thinking on this show here, we gotta kind of reflect on living in the last days, which is cool as an adult, but I'm thinking about these kids out here, man, that's wallowing around in the matrix, just to think of what they've been through, you know. The matrix is hard on us as old guys. Imagine how effed up the matrix is on the minds of the kids, bro. We gotta kind of talk about that for a little bit. We gotta kind of dive deep into bringing up the kids' minds out of this crazy matrix quicksand, you know what I mean? You think about graduating high school during the COVID year. That shit must have sucked, man. Wow. The matrix is hard on these young folks. I don't think they really know it because of the deep ass hypnosis that they're already under from all these crazy, wacky, weird ass platforms. You know what I mean? Let's just jump into this disclaimer real quick because we might be getting deep on this show just a little bit. Check it.
Disclaimer.
Thoughts or statements heard on 2 Detox are of my own conjecture. Any statements or views expressed may not be representative of any entity, corporation, people, or persons like yourself, your friends, YouTube kings, and Apple Podcast kings, or any other gods and earths out there. These are just my own mathematics, of course, not meant to offend or disturb anybody. Always think of 2 Detox as intellectual comedy with different twists and turns and theories on life. Fair use, by the way, with all the talks and lectures, videos, pics, wordings, clips, and such. All this stuff is solely used for the study of the upliftment of the character and enlightenment of folks, especially amongst the FBA heterosexual males. Check this out, man. Let's just jump right into song, man, because I believe music can heal a lot of things mentally, especially if it's some good, clean, cool, uplifting type music. Because the civility amongst human adults is straight up on a nihilism style thing going on. And when kids are growing up inside of a nihilistic home with phone addiction already settled in on them, man, you know what I mean? I gotta help y'all, man. Let's just do a vibe real quick, because it's all about learning. Young folks, man, it's all about learning. You can't be messing around fighting and scrapping in school. That's whack. That's disgusting, man. You're supposed to get your learn on and come up in life. So let's do this. This is imagine this is a pre-production room and we're throwing around some ideas. And you can create the lyrics. I'll slap you in the face with a chorus real quick. Luxurious slap. Tight, smooth chorus. And then let's just have some fun, man, with the brain. You know what I mean? Check this out. You ready? This is the pre-production room. Like we used to do this when we were kids. Like we used to go to different pre-production rooms and have some fun, throw around beats and ideas and shit. Check it out. Alright, this is the Mavs Jr. beat, right? Then I'll come in like something like this, like get your learn on, you know what I'm saying? Lay that out first. Get your learn on, and then put like a blurb in between that. Check it out. You know what I mean? Because it's terrible living in these isolated worlds nowadays after COVID, and we don't get to do no pre-production rooms, man. All right, so check it out. I'll do the beat. The beat will go on for a minute, and then you kind of vibe to this beat, right? Head knocking joint by Mavs Jr., the soul food joint, right? Alright, check this out. Kind of right to it a little bit, and then I'm gonna come in when the beat goes down, and then it'll fade back up into a chorus. Like this, right? Watch this. Pretend that you're doing an intellectual rhyme. Then, once you finish your bars, the beat's gonna drop, it's gonna come back up, then I'll do the chorus right there, right? So you rhyming right now. Flow.
learn on. Can't be walking around stupid.
Say what?
Get your learn on.
All day.
Hey, young world, know what I mean? You must learn, know what I mean? Hey, young world. DuckDuckGo College and Google University. You must learn.
Infinite enlightenment right at your fingertips, 24 hours a day, man. You know? It's on you.
I can't be sitting on all this game.
Dave Ski.
Live
Earth Scratch.
very
To detox.
live every day.
Another day.
Like it's your last one, oh yeah.
Big up Father Lux.
Let's organize reasoning and knowledge. Spent 2 more years to get through college. Doesn't really matter anymore anyways, cause knowledge of the gods lasts more always. All the way until this day, yep, all the way until this day. You wanna front? What? Yo, peace goes out to the gods.
Like, comment, subscribe, share everything.
You know it.
Like, comment, subscribe, share everything.
Yeah, alright. Okay. You know, existing as humans, the humanoid, Homo sapiens, in this big co-creation called the physical world experience, coming from the state of the almighty spiritual space matter, now walking around as compacted cells, dignified dirt, but on the inside of you, you have the essence of liquid diamonds, also known as living water, cleansing you of all your sin, negative thoughts, and mayhem within your soul. And that living water can put you on a path of civility, peace, righteous veggies with no beef. So one day we can all live not like the animals, but as kind, gentle beings, showing much love to the planet like gods, which the Most High intended for us to do a long, long while ago. You know, I like to philosophize a lot, man, and I was thinking about these kids, how they're wrapped up in the sense of timelessness. Like everybody when they're young, when time is on your side, and especially today when there's so many damn distractions going around in a young person's life, kids are gonna get into some bad shit, man. It's sad, it's true, but as adults, especially OGs like myself and others, man, we gotta do something to deter these kids from doing that shit, man. Doing all these bad things. I remember this one lyric from a reggae band called Steel Pulse. Classic joint from one of their early albums. And it said something like this: the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and God gave man his love, and they rewarded it with violence. Man in his ignorant state has signed and sealed his own fate. I'm like, yo, man, that was one of the dopest tapes I ever had, man. The Earth Crisis album by Steel Pulse, and that lyric just sits in my soul like a heavy ass black rock, man. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I seen my kid's phone one day, and I seen these videos that they're circulating around on their phones about kids fighting in school. It was visceral, man, terrible, awful. Got just straight up nauseating, senseless violence. And this goes on in these schools, and you know, it's just a sad thing. And I know this goes on probably in every state, every middle school, high school, some more than others. It's sick, man, it really is, it's terrible. I know there's something that we can do together as a society to deter against this type of behavior. It reminds me of one of my favorite XPs when he said,
the more violent you are, the less game you have.
The more violent you are, the less game you have.
Right, so let's put some game on that statement right there. To be human, you're tied to money. That's what makes this planet so challenging. And since money is time, you take money out of the equation, everything becomes different. Money is tied to debt. All money is debt. Debt is tied to sin. All the debts were paid for by the Christ. So in a spiritual setting, you don't have to deal with money. But here, most challenging planet in the solar system, third one from the sun, you have to put a man inside of a crazy ass matrix, all fighting and quarreling and battling for money. Take money out of the equation. Kids have decent or even average parenting, then that kid can enjoy the earth. So it's pretty much grounded in the world. To be able to enjoy earth without having to worry about time, money, that's the main key, the main joy of being in your youth. You know how that shit go, man. When you're out there running around partying your ass off, you're oblivious to time. That shit flies like crazy, man. All of a sudden, you're like, wow, what day is it? You've been going through a party phase for like 8, 10, 12, 16 hours straight. Man, the first 3 years of my college career was a blur. That shit was like an endless party, man. So anyway, but a kid's enemy is ignorance, and ignorance is the lack of game, and that lack often leads to violence. That was the brother Berserk the Bandit, by the way, that said that. Big ups. But yeah, man, I remember subbing back in the 2010s, and one particular school that stuck out was a transitional school over there in Apopka, Florida, some type of a transitional learning center where you had a bunch of kids that were there that were on their way to dropping out of traditional high school, or they've already dropped out already, and this school was kind of like prepping them for the real world and trying to get them transitioned into a work life. So I was expecting the school to be a mixed crowd, you know, because Central Florida's a melting pot of a lot of different folks. Even now, even though it's mostly Hispanic, but still, there's a lot of pockets of a lot of different types of cultures here. But back then, you know, I was thinking I was going to go to the school and see some various ethnicities in the classrooms. Man, shit. That shit was all black, bro. It was all black, man. And just putting all these memoirs into catacombs of wisdom, it's like, wow, man, the struggle is a monster, man. That struggle is a monster, bro. So anyway, I was there one day getting trained by the OG homie that was running pretty much all the major classes, and he gave me the control over the class just to test it out. And as he was walking the halls outside the classroom, damn, man, they jumped this kid. It was wild too. It was like a black girl that got jumped 3 girls just wow, out of nowhere, heard all this commotion in the hallway, and I was like, golly, man, it's my first day on the job, and I gotta go break up some fights. Luckily, I think the guy's name was Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams broke the fight up real quick. He just deaded that shit quick, and we continued on with the class, and the people that were in the class, they didn't even flinch, man. They didn't even think nothing of it. And in the back of my mind, I was like, wow, man, this shit is so sad. All this dark, negative energy could be focused into something that's something positive. They could have created some hella company. The energy, yeah, well, it wasn't too dark, but you could feel that these kids were sick of this shit. They were sick of life. They just wanted to move on. Most of the dudes, you could feel their energy. They just wanted to get their CDLs and just hit the road, man, you know? But I'm thinking in the back of my mind, man, wow, they could focus this type of energy on learning different angles of the game. Kids, man, they'll be in a way better place. I'll give you an example real quick. Like, check this fascinating wisdom out, man. A lot of P's are very spiritual dudes, right? They have to be, because women think with their hearts, men think with their minds. Then, if you gather discernment, spiritual discernment, that'll put your mind over the mind of regular men. Wisdom of man, wisdom of God. You get discernment, you have the wisdom of God. That puts you on a whole other plateau, and you can think very overly strategic against worldly men. It's a delicate balance of worldliness, though. Like, a P really can't get that. This is the advantage of being a hip square with the spirituality and the gifts of the spirit. This could come to XPs that totally remove themselves from the game, and they can obtain a spiritual gift because they can't get these types of gifts inside of a criminal enterprise. And since P's, XPs, they've dealt with a lot of heart knowledge. Women that's in the light, they turn into a street person, and their heart will probably turn dark. And managing a stable of dark hearts, that's where the grittiness comes in of a P's mind. And that's why they always look better going than coming, because P's always want fresh energy. A small amount of light, air quotes, light-heartedness helps a team, and it goes a long way. Same type of deal in management, man.
Turnout always better than the burnout.
We'll talk about that later too, but since a P really can't obtain spiritual discernment on a really good level, because a P never really removes himself from the game. Why? Because it may hurt women that are in the game currently, and since he's an OG, they might always give that guy a donation, and XPs accept donation to the end of time, unless they totally remove themselves from the game. And that's hard to do, even as an XP. Even though they're not criminals per se anymore, but XPs, they're always involved in something because of the amassed knowledge of game that they acquired through all the time that they spent in the streets. Okay, so why am I mentioning all this? Well, if a teen, adolescent, late teen, early 20s type of dude is hearing this, and all they did in school was scrap, and potential high school dropouts, all they want to do in school is just fight, well, you're probably going to be involved in some type of streetness. And in order to pull young men, especially young FBA men, away from the streets, you got to present a view to persuade them from going all the way deep into the streets. Because nowadays, as you should already know, it's very different. You're going to get football numbers in jail for doing any type of stupid shit out there. And on a positive note, before a commercial, there's a lot of boxing clubs and fight gyms, and there's all kinds of things that's available to young people in order to get your fight game up. If that's what you really want to do. I mean, kids that fight in school, if they organize and train the right way to become actually pretty decent fighters, come on, man, there's a plethora of clubs and things that you can join in order to help you turn professional. So let's check this out. Let's take a little break, get a quick couple of mentions out here, and then we'll come back and try to give solutions to the wild-ass energy amongst the youths of today. Alright, be right back.
You're listening to 2D Talks. Two dudes talking about all kind of shit. With the homie Dave Ski on the mic and Chulo handling all kind of shit behind the scenes. I hope you're enjoying the show. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Trouble T. Roy McClure here, letting you guys know that the Skyber app is now available on Google Play and the App Store. Skyber is the one-of-a-kind airport and guest services app that you can customize, trick out, and build within it. Why keep playing scratch-offs, winning nothing in your hardship FBA life, when the chances of getting cash circulation rewards is significantly higher on Skyber, for it's the only app that rewards you for decent usage. For instance, adolescents and teens that receive weekly allowance from parents qualify for monthly and even yearly end bonuses. Why are you sitting on all this game? Don't you have a phone? Yes? Do you know how to text? Yes? Well, why not learn Skyber, and your phone can finally become a useful piece of technology. Parents, why choose to dumb your kids down while other countries continue to thrive in tech? Choose Skyber, and your kids can finally practice being entrepreneurs with technology. They can learn tech by doing odd jobs around the house. Also, don't forget, send out a tip and get back a grip. Sending tips to hospitality workers through Skyber QuickPay helps you gain access to loyalty rewards like never before. Skeptical workers that are afraid of money, or those out there that enjoy attention whoring over earning money, we'd like to remind you that you can sign up for a worker's account too in your mama's name. So snap out of that fear and cowardice. There's no multi-recruitment involved. It's just a marketplace app that benefits a couple of friends and or family. And that's it. Instead of playing scratch-offs from your local bodegas, wouldn't it feel better to put that dollar back into your family? Like Billy Paul.
Yes, y'all.
Let's let the dollar circulate. And if I still didn't get through to you with all this game, maybe it's time for a Skyber hip-hop parody. Why not? Let's have some fun. Check out this Skyber app. Rap. Spitting.
Ay, coño.
Get your Skyber on. Get your Skyber on. Haha. Indeed. Oh yes. Dropping bars, son. Haha. Spitting. Just kidding. Dave Ski and the homies are about to rip the mic. Let's check in on the set right now. Y'all go ahead and tear shit up on the mic. Or whatever these kids are saying these days. I don't know.
Ay, coño.
Hit it.
Dave Ski. With the real hip hop.
Say what?
Let's go.
Bro, stop playing and start paying.
Okay.
Into the famo, yo, I'm just saying.
Yep.
At all costs, we got to uplift this. Skyber app, the codes have already been tested. You can defend your wealth. If you find that you need a little help, gotta stay papered up, man. It's the internet. No text got your back, but this is heaven sent. Get it on Google Play, App Store, install it. No more venting on group economics. If you packing this, you won't be lacking shit. Put your own jobs on it and you won't miss. Shout to the bank, your rank will be up again. Help you pay the bills, your tank will be full again. Maximum tips keep haters bowing down, so you can feel free when you riding the town. Skyber app, log on, yo, get to work, another revenue stream. Yo, no, it never hurt.
Skyber Team Dolomite at protonmail.com.
Royce the 5'9" here. And Skyber is a great way to teach young folks how to be entrepreneurs.
Say word, son.
Hey, how about some shoutouts?
Shoutouts, no doubt. Let's see who we got here. BK Motorsports. Oh, everybody beat that, man. Trying to beat that for a minute. The beat slipped out, man. Hold on. Slide that beat back up, homie. There we go. We got you. Beat be pulling out, man. The beat's pull-out game is impeccable like Herb Chulo. Pause, neighbor, pause. My neighbor right there. Neighbors for life.
Herb Chulo.
Yo. BKMotorsports.com. 407-941-3661. Suspension repairs, classic car restoration. Give my homeboy a shout out. Getting the homie a call, man. BK Motorsports. And we got the real estate extraordinaire, buying, selling, renting, mortgage broker, help consulting.
Patra Stanley.
Hit her up, info@teamschroth.com. SCHROTH, Team Schroth. You can also check her out, her story at theaccessrealty.com/team. Hit her up for all your real estate needs. Patra Stanley. Shout outs to the Pip dealer holding down Raymond Financials, an aggressive investment firm with one-on-one Forex account management. Hit them up through the 2D Talks posse email, Skyber Team Dolomite at protonmail.com. Shouts going out, System D128, Irv Chulo, Father Lux, Dr. Westlake. Shouts out to the Insomniacs over at inhiphop.com. Shout out to barbershops, of course. Ed and Andre over at Dimensions and all the homies. 5-star cuts, stay fly cuts with the homie Darius. 360 Wave Kings with the fly wave brushes available on Amazon. Airflow Systems of Central Florida, keeping you cool with the fly AC systems with Big City Red. Razor Edge over there, Benji. Goldenrod Hoffner right in front of the LA Fitness Center. And Miss Shay with the Boss Up Braids shop in Altamont Springs. Hit her up if you're looking to do braids and dreads. BossedUpBraiding.com. Yep. Complimentary ads and drops on 2D Talks. Just hit me up through the Skyber Team Dolomite at Proton email. Let me know your company, what you do, what is your service, and we'll shout you out right here. Oh, you know what? And yo, don't forget my homie Bruce Marshall Transportation, serving up the luxury town car, chauffeur service anywhere in Central Florida and beyond. Navigator, limousine service, anything you need, just hit him up. Bruce Marshall Transportation, 407-342-6717. And if you need cruise port shuttle service from Orlando to the port, hit up my main man George over at FloridaTransportation.tours. That's FLTransportation.tours. Man, I must be on new wine. Like Acts 2:13, man. I'm drunk with the Holy Ghost. I forgot to give the beat gods a shout out, man. Yo, let's check out the beat gods. Who we got? Producer 11. That's PROD number 11 EVNN. Dude's got some beats, man. PKP is in Paul K. PK Beats. Of course, J Smooth. B Noise, R Beats, Mavs Jr., Noisy Beats, Soul Stone, Lethal Needle, Batman, Luca Burr, Rodney D, 100 Made, Scrooge McBeats, and Corner Boy Music in the house. Mad props, big ups to all the beat gods. Pound to the chest, throw the peace sign up in the air to the beat gods. What up, big up? Okay, to get back into the talk, needless to say, substitute teaching was not my bag. I got out a little under a year, and to be honest, I just wanted to indulge in the experience of being an educator. I tell you, bro, the way that they set up the game, I tell you, it was racially uncomforting at times when you're in the sub game. Off rip, the sub game was a lot of there was so much soft, overt racialism in it. It wasn't hardcore racism per se. It was a lot of racialism. It was racial. You know, they had these semantics. If you were to go and get an assignment from the CAS system, Kelly Automated Scheduling Service, that's the one that you log into to pick your school assignments that you're going to go to. And they would always tell you in these little fine print boxes, you get $100 a day if you're going into aggressively natured schools. Some type of a semantic they would put on there. But when you see the locations, come on, man, this is the black schools. The black schools, the schools in the west side or schools deep in the hood, you would get $100 a day for those types of schools. And then here's the key here for substitute. They wanted to keep you as a renter teacher for as long as possible. That's it. You were just a renter teacher, man. You want to schedule you at all of these schools in the inner city as long as possible. So you had to kind of do subbing as some type of a eccentric hobby because you weren't going to get no money. But, you know, if you are there and you really enjoy dealing with kids' intellect and molding them to become something, and you don't really mind doing this behind a Grand Canyon full of rules, then teaching in the brick and mortar schools is for you. It's a pretty rewarding profession in those regards, but my soul really didn't fall in this column. So I chose this route of the internet because old black man wisdom is fun to pour out. It'll go over 99% of young people's heads though, but if one or two dudes or a few young women actually catch the gist of what we be saying here up on 2D Talks, and you actually come up in life from soaking up some pretty decent game here and there, then it's actually mutually beneficial, you know what I mean? And matter of fact, that's pretty much the basis of group economics. I don't have any street wisdom, but I was surrounded by that enough. And of course, from Father Lux dropping metric tons of game on me within the last 5 years, this knowledge can work to your favor. We come together on this show to put together pockets of knowledge here and there so you can come up on some paper. And to be honest, man, it's not even that hard either.
On 2D Talks,
we talk about God, the pimp God, wisdom, old black man wisdom, racialism, racism, the Tao, the Wu Wei, meditation, of course, all the eras of hip hop. But outside of the philosophical views, let's push that plate back a little bit and just talk reality. Alright, kids of any era, they want good clothes. They want good name brand clothes, especially in public school, right? But two-tone patent leather J's cost money. Pigeon low dunks with matching polos is a grip. Brick and mortar schools for the most part don't teach about getting paper. Great for teaching rules, order within society, which is cool because I'm not an anarchist. We gotta have order. But coming up, that's not their forte. They're not touching that. I tell you, man, my daughter's got this big clique of friends. You know how it is. Young folks, middle school, junior high, high school, that phase of kids. They're clicked in with a lot of different networks and friends and all that stuff. And sometimes they'll come over to the house and I'll look at these young kids in the summertime and we'll have short discussions about microeconomics. So, for instance, I'll tell one of her friends that comes over, right? I'll be like, hey, blase squaze, but over the summer you're really supposed to be working. You're supposed to be doing something here and there so that you'll have a nice grip for when you go back to school. Immediately, my daughter's friend will say something like,
but I can't work. I can't work, Mr. Dave. I'm too young.
And most kids today, they have no concept of odd jobs. I was like, man, you can't work. 2 buckets, 1 soap, 1 water. Soap the car up, water the car down, dry it with a squeegee, then detail it. Express wax wipe on, buff with a rag. Tire bleach cleaner for the wheels, rinse, armor all down with ultra shine. Let it dry, armor all it down again. Boom, $40. 1 car in 1 hour. Work 5 hours on this shit, that's 2 Hyundai. Do a car wash 3 days a week, 6 Hyundai, 2,400 a month. You going back to school with a grip, 4-something G's. But this is what they say, right?
But I don't know how.
It's called hustling. You start with soft cells. You go to your mom's baby daddy, your stepdad, stepmom, sister, whoever's in the household that has a car. Hey, you gotta start off low. Maybe start at 30 and then talk them down to 20.
Hey, I need a little cash. I'll wash your car for $30.
They say 20, wash it for 20, start it out real quick. Then people in the family in your soft cell will start to see that you know how to wash a car real good because you'll get better at washing your sister's car, your brother's car. Next thing you know, it has begun. You are now developing the mindset of a hustler, a go-getter. You're embracing the old school statement, you gotta go for yours. That statement starts to settle into your soul. After you do 4 cars, then you can raise the price up. People in the neighborhood start seeing you wash the cars, boom, boost that price up to $40. Then you manage your team, you get 3 people to help you, you'd be doing more volume. Man, I know it's easier said than done, but I'm telling you, bro, if you got the heart of a hustler, it could get done very quickly. Matter of fact, you need pointers and mentorship on how to start this, just hit me up on the email. I'll give you all the rundowns on how to crank it up. And of course, make sure you get your parents' permission if you're like middle school, junior high. I can consult your parents on how you can put it together. Pretty much by the 9th and 10th grade, you guys should know how to do stuff like this. 11th and 12th graders, y'all should have your own jobs. I'm just trying to help y'all concentrate y'all's energy into coming up, man. That's the only thing you should be focusing on as a kid. All this scrapping and fighting in schools, man, this is terrible. That's the only thing I dislike about the generation gap. Just the values of working and the knowledge of odd jobs and the drive to go get odd jobs completed, done. Because I'm a 70s kid. I remember when we were kids, man, we would gather cans, bottles, take them back to the recyclables and get money. We would, of course, mow lawns, do chores, shovel driveways, de-ice people's windshield up in Michigan. Just, of course, paperboy back when people used to read physical newspapers. It was just a natural thing to want to get money when we was kids. And then the times definitely just changed dramatically. Now, I don't know how kids could not want to be go-getters now, because these phones, everybody wants these $1,000 phones, but yet they don't want to get out there and wash no cars. It's crazy sometimes. Just try to think of how bizarre the world is. Anyway, when I was a kid, we were trying to decide which school to go to. Back then, we had a brief little stint in Jersey. I think it was South Jersey, Pleasantville, maybe like an hour away from Atlantic City. And we were kids trying to go to the school called North Main Street Elementary School, PK through 5. We were kids. And North Main Street was a Warriors type school, man. It was just 90% bullies. It was very similar to The Miseducation of Sonny Carson, that movie. That's what North Main Street Elementary School reminded me of. And my dad was like,
yeah, send them niggas to North Main Street. Let them little niggas learn how to fight.
He was like a Black Dynamite kind of old man, he was just always into light violence. He was a calm dude. He just wanted us to just fight our way out of everything. This tough guy shit all day and night. And later on, that shit just did not pan out. It was terrible. Continuously trying to be some tough guy that never really ended up making us any money.
The more violent you are, the less game you have. The less game you have.
So my mom was like, well, let's send him to Catholic school. Catholic school was a little less violent. They had fights there too, but the nuns would knock your ass out if you try to start some shit over there. The nuns at the Catholic school made sure that everybody was disciplined. And I'll never forget that shit, man. It was like, they wanted you to prove your toughness inside of the coursework instead of having some fake toughness with fists and shit on some ghetto bully shit. So, gathered up some good stock from that school, moved to Michigan, and in Ann Arbor, that's when I met James Toney, the famous former American boxer that was knocking all kind of fools out in all these different weight classes. And I remember when we was on the football team, I was on JV, James Toney was on varsity, and the guy was just an athletic protege, man. He was just a freaking sports god. Dude was so quick, agile. He played all sports, and then in the hallways he would like slap box and play fight with you. But even from witnessing his slap boxing, playing around skills, I was like, yo man, this dude is freaking fast with his hands. Because nobody could touch his chin or his torso because of how fast the guy was in high school. Never forget that shit. That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, these young kids out here, the message to these young kids, especially in middle school, junior high, 10th, 11th, if you're trying to fight and do all this bullshit, street shit in school and fighting, man, channel that energy into a real gym and get your smitties up for real. Go out there and try to win something with the gloves on. Who knows, man? You can't sell yourself short. Fuck around and get a crazy ass paycheck for turning professional. Man, I hope these words don't go over your head, because there's a lot of different clubs out there you could join. Let's give you a few here. Matter of fact, I'll just give you one. LandoBoxingClub.com. Over there on Lake Underhill Road, man, by the East Valencia campus, Azalea Park. From looking at that website, you go in there. It might be a little pricey, but man, come on, Skyber can help you with that. You go to OrlandoBoxingClub.com. That website is on point. If you want to be a fighter, you want to scrap in school, and get your ass in the ring, man. You know what I'm saying? And once you get your membership, you can just tell suckers in school, hey, I don't fight for free, bro. Let's take it to the ring. You know what I mean? All right, I'm out of here. Y'all stay light. Peace out. Dave Ski, one love. Check y'all out next time. Peace.
What's up? Royce the 5'9" here, putting y'all up on Skyber, the customizable tipping app. And Skyber is a great way to teach young folks how to be entrepreneurs. Example. Check out the app. Parents can tip your kids out for chores. Teens that can keep their chores tight get a $100 commission after 7 work weeks. Check Google Play or the App Store. Download the app. Join Skyber quest to make group economics a reality within FBA culture. Foundational Black Americans. Big ups to Dip, System D128, DJ J Mob, and special shout out to Lord Diesel, aka Dave Ski, my God, for making it happen. The airport app that you can customize and build within it. Learn and earn. Skyber app, y'all. Check it out.
Skyber.org.
Now let's check out 2D Talks Outtakes.
The clothes, man. When we first discovered clothes, it was, man, check this out, man. We had the cashew butter brown rabbit fur on the hood. It's a tough black cotton coat called the Max Julian. We wore that with the isotoners. The leather gloves with the fur sticking out the gloves, dog. Matching that up with the pinstripe leaves, white Adidas, burgundy laces. Alright, keep going. Remember the Kazalis? Instead of the Kazals, you would flip them. You would upgrade to like a Sergio Valente champagne beige. On the dome was a Fagora bucket or a Fagora newsboy cap with that kangaroo stamp on the front. On the back of the newsboy cap was a kangaroo, you know, that Kango emblem. Kangaroo hopping. This is like right when we first discovered clothes, man. Because we didn't know. It was Midwestern high school dudes. Went to New York in the summer of 80, like mid-80s. And discovered what real hip hop was, and these types of codes that you had to live by when you were in hip hop at that time. It was almost like a membership. You had to live by certain codes. So the dress code was real, like street sharp, like Run DMC, Beat Street, Crush Groove type shit, but with your own swag to it. You want to keep going? The Sheepdogs came out. Yeah, the Sheepdogs came out, man. Navy blue, cobalt blue sheepdog with the powder blue suede Pumas with the white striped hockey skate white laces, or the high top all white Adidas shellhead. We just discovered these codes, man, and we just fell in love with that shit so quick. Man, it was so fun to get addicted to those clothes. Remember the full-length nylon Puma suits with the flip-up collar? All blue or like an all gray with a white stripe. Pants with the jacket. Suede gray Puma Clydes with the white laces. Man, that shit was crazy, dog. Let me keep going. I remember my homie had the high top snakeskin Adidas, gray with the 3 white stripes, and they had the gold Adidas emblem on the back. Motherfuckers was tripping, man. They were doing backflips on those shoes right there. The beginnings of hip-hop clothing in schools. What a memory. Let me keep going. What about the nanny goats? First it was the Georgetown vinyl jackets. The Georgetown vinyl jackets got popular, and then after that, the nanny goats came out. I don't know why, I don't know how, but the nanny goats attracted that YBI criminal culture, and suckers in school used to brawl for these freaking crazy looking coats. The nanny goats. It was like an Eskimo fur coat, man, with a hood. The whole thing was fur, like a big ass fur ball, like white and brown fur all over the place. It looked very similar to an Alaskan husky dog. That whole type of a look, the whole thing was faded fur with the hood, silk lining on the inside. Cats from Willow Run and Ypsilanti would just go crazy, man. Want to just rob and fight fools with these coats. And then they had the Pier 6 brawl at the Ann Arbor Huron High Pioneer basketball game. When the Pier 6 brawl broke out, the whole crowd fighting. And I don't remember seeing James Toney anywhere, man. You know what I mean? He had too much game. Ain't no fighting for free over here, dog.
Elevated kind on the beat.
Elevated kind.
Ain't no fighting for free over here, dog.
Word.